Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. In the last episode, we made our way into the Duke's archives and into quite a bit of a conundrum. We are now stuck in a jail cell. So the first step to get out of it, of course, is to kill the sleeping jailer. Conveniently, he decided to take a nap right outside the bars, and we were able to get the archive tower cell key to open it. However, the second we get out, this crazy contraption starts up, and they let out these crazy monsters. And there sure seems to be a lot of them. Alright, so you're going to notice that there's a couple of snake enemies down here. We're going to try to take them out pretty quick here. One of them runs by me. Hopefully we can chase him down here. Oh, I get a shot on him, but he doesn't die. Apparently these guys have more health than I'd like. And that one gets by me too. Wow, that's rather unfortunate. I can't even climb the ladder because I'm so heavy. Alright. That's the other thing I'll have to do, is reduce my equipment load, or put Havel's ring on, because I don't have it on right now. What is this guy doing? No, fuck you. He keeps kicking me, what an asshole. That's right, fall to your death, and then I'll fall with you. That was pretty pathetic. Wow. I don't know how I managed to swing faster than him there. Alright, so they're both dead. Like pop an Estus and be on our way, and we got our first of the crazy squid head enemies, and they go down fairly easily. There's just a lot of them. Got both of them there. That jump attack. Yeah, so I'm running kind of funny right now because I don't have the Havel's ring on, which I should probably put on at some point. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure I do realize eventually that I'm running like a retard right now. Now, there's like some guys in those cages. Some of them are, you can open up the cages with the normal key that you get from the jailer, and the other ones you have to open up with a new key that you can get down here. So I'm actually going to open all the cages up on the way back up after I kill everything down at the bottom. That's probably the most dangerous attack, is that little magic thing that doesn't really seem avoidable. It's kind of like a spray of water. And as you can see, Fire Surge is not really the best attack. I just kind of wanted to show it off in this episode because we just got it last time in the Painted World. This is my first attempt, first chance to really show it. But there are definitely better pyromancies out there than Fire Surge. It seems like you'll kill someone after like most of the surges are gone, and it's just like you're gonna get a better damage rate with like a fireball or something else. But what can you do? Alright, so finally we're going to run and roll normally now that we have Havel's ring on. And there's only a few more of these guys left to take out, and then we will be home free for this section. We can take out the lizards and stop the annoying infernal music. I actually got 2 of them there. Wow. Yeah, Chaos Fireball is definitely my favorite pyromancy in the game. I mean, I guess Great Fireball is pretty cool too. The fire, the firestorm attack thing, the one that the King Jeremiah used in the Painted World is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so one of these guys dropped something. Humanity, nice. I'll take that. Oh yeah, these guys are actually decent droppers of humanity as well. And it's just another example of things that are very unhuman-like, dropping humanity more than the human-like ones. It's just funny how the developers chose to make the game drops, and how they decided to, determine that. But yeah, these guys drop humanity fairly well. And just finish this guy off with a lunge. And then get what the last guy was hiding over here, Miracle Bountiful Sunlight and Miracle Soothing Sunlight. Both of those miracles are very good. They also require a lot of faith, I think like 20-something faith. So I'm not going to be able to use them in this run-through, I highly doubt, but you know, if you're a faith build, those are definitely something to pick up, and that's how you get them. Now, I actually couldn't see, because my resolution was so dark, where the ladder was, which is kind of funny, because as I'm watching the video, you know, when I'm watching the video back here, I can see the ladder perfectly fine. It's like not even dark, but yeah, I finally find it. And there's really not that much to get up here. There's just a couple lizards to kill, and then you can shut off the stupid sound, the stupid phonograph or whatever it is. Now, I'm not actually sure if that phonograph does anything other than piss off the squids. Like, I think if you shut off the phonograph, the squids will go back in the cage or something, but you kind of have to fight your way through the squids to get here anyway, so it doesn't really seem like it makes a lot of difference. But, I don't know. You know, you say what you will about it. I don't always question this game. I just kind of, you know, it's more, the worst part about this phonograph isn't what it does to the squids, in my opinion. The worst part of the phonograph is clearly, you know, just what just the sound it makes. It's just so annoying. I'm glad it's finally done. Alright, so here is the Archive Tower Giant Door Key, which is why we came down here in the first place, because we need to open the door at the very top of this room. And in order to do that, we need this key. Otherwise, you can't leave the room. So, there you go. And as I promised, we will open the doors to see what is in the other cells as we walk up here. There should be a bunch of those crystal hollows, but there also should be a couple of treasures. At least I certainly hope so. You know, something for our troubles. This guy, we got a crystal hollow just waiting to come out. And, you know, to this moment, I still am so grateful that I chose this Wee-hander. Alright, this is the extra key that I was talking about. So, we're going to be able to open every door at this point. You're going to see either Archive Cell Key or Archive Extra Key to open these doors up. And we should be able to get, you know, kill a bunch of hollows and get a bunch of other stuff. This one, I'm not really sure if there's actually anything in here, just a couple of hollows. So if you want to avoid this room, you can. It seems like you have to, you can come in here and then drop down into the next room. So if you were like going in here first, you can try to do a jump attack on the crystal hollow down there. But like, it's not really, it doesn't really seem like a very useful, you know, shortcut. So I'm not really sure why it's in here. Alright, so as for the next door, alright, see, that one is the extra key. So in order to get into this one and find this little treasure, we needed the key from down below. And this is a large soul for Brave Warrior. And each one of these soul items, as I mentioned way earlier in this Let's Play, is actually kind of funny. You actually get like way more souls now than you do at the beginning. So like, people like who were thinking about like hold on to the soul items, like that soul item, the large soul of a Brave Warrior, I believe it gives you like 8,000 souls or something like that. And like the original soul items would give us like 100 souls, and we'd be like all happy, oh, I got 100 souls. It costs us like 15,000 souls in order to get a level up now. So like, what does like 400 souls do? 200 souls, nothing. Like, just another testament of if you need it, just use the soul items. Like, you know, save a couple just in case you need to repair your items or something. But you know, you want to basically use them. Especially, you might as well use the early ones up pretty quick, because they tend to depreciate in value very, very quickly, whereas some of the other ones, like the 4,000 or 2,000s, they're still, you know, somewhat useful. There's still a decent amount of souls, so if you gotta hold on to any, it would be those. Now you might notice, before we head through this door, you might notice this little platform right here that heads over here, and you're like, well, why is this here? If you walk off the edge, you can't really see it from where I am, but if you walk off this edge like perfectly, you'll land on a ledge far down below. And when you do that, you'll be able to access another cell, which has a cool item in it. So very precariously you fall off, and it has to be perfect or you won't make it. You can't roll off and you can't jump off. You have to just walk. and you'll be able to find the maiden suit and the white seance ring. This is a pretty good magic user kind of set, and the white seance ring actually gives you more attunement slots, which means that you can, you can have more magic spells equipped at one time, which is extremely useful and definitely one of the key items for a intelligence build. I'm just gonna put it on to show you guys. As you can see, the armor rating's not amazing, but it has some decent resistances, and considering it's called the Maiden Robe, it actually looks pretty cool. It's just like a cool white robe. I guess I don't need Havels, so I'll put on a Darkwood Grain ring or Hornet ring or something like that. I think I picked the Hornet ring and then I changed my mind. It's kind of cool. That's the one thing I don't like about the Ring of Favor, is that it kind of locks you into that one spot because it's such a good ring and you don't want to break it. But in hindsight, it's really nice to have builds where you can have two rings to just customize, because there's so many different types of rings and they all have such good abilities. That like with the Hornet ring, I ended up never using it because I ended up either having the Darkwood Grain or Havel's ring equipped, depending on whether I have heavy armor or light armor. So it's almost sad that I have to use the Ring of Favor. I really wish that ring could be taken off. It's a shame that it can't. A lot of people later in the game, even around now, they will start taking off the Ring of Favor forever. I don't usually. Sometimes after in New Game Plus I do that, because then I know I can get a new Ring of Favor and I'll put that on if I need it later. But I usually keep it on. But I definitely lament the fact that I can no longer customize my rings. Alright, so I usually take that guy out real quick and then turn around for the ambush. This game likes to do that. A lot of parts of it aren't really that hard, but then they just sneak one little guy that's going to ambush you in, and it makes it a lot tougher. Now this area you need to be very careful, and you're going to see me fail at being careful, and basically you have to avoid one chanter while killing another, and I almost do there. If I had killed him, this would have been a very different run, I believe, because there's another guy firing magic at you the whole time. So I'm going to be running towards this guy, and I get hit by him because I realize that my shield doesn't actually heal magic. So then I try to heal, and I try to attack this guy, and I get hit by something. I'm like, what the hell did I get by? It was an arrow. I didn't even notice this guy had aggroed down the end of the hall and was shooting arrows at me, and I died a horrible death. So anyway, I chalk up the whole thing, this whole death here, to the fact that I wasn't wearing enough magic resistant stuff. I couldn't block those magic attacks. I wasn't, I was taking way too much damage to them. So I decided to put on a suit that's a little more magic resistant. And as soon as I kill these lizards, you'll see me do that. I don't know why these lizards kind of rush to the entrance. Why don't they don't just put them up there? But whatever. They're always they always start the level when you rest the bonfire. They always start by rushing up to the top, and you're probably just gonna be standing there why are you rushing up to the top? Why didn't they just put them at the top as sentries or something? I don't know. It's a good question. So anyway, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put on at this point because I want to see the resistances. I can tell you right now, I end up putting on mostly the Xanthus suit, which is the one that King Jeremiah left because it had monster magic resistance, 23 magic resistance. And I ended up having the Crest shield because it has the 80 magic damage reduction, which is huge. So if I block something with that shield, it'll take almost no damage. So yeah, I mean, as cool as the maiden suit is, I am going to be leaving it behind, unfortunately. Because you'll notice, it doesn't really, magic defense is only 11 on it. And the black iron helm, the black iron suit actually has good magic defense. The helm doesn't really, but the rest of it has pretty high. But I think I end up going with I'm almost 90% sure I go with the Helm of Favor, just because it looks awesome with it, and the Xanthus set. Because if you look, the Xanthus thing actually has decent damage, you know, decent, like it has better armor than my like elite night gear did. It has like 32 for the chest, like 23, like 20 something for like the hands and stuff like that, which is like way more than the early stuff gave you. And yeah, 32 for the legs. And then I actually put on like the Helm of Favor because I think it looks way cooler than the turban. And there you go. Now I am magic resistance up, and I am ready to take on the second part here of the final part here of the Duke's Archives, and hopefully forge ahead to the next bonfire, which will be right before the last leg of the journey, which is the Crystal Caves. All right, so let's not forget about our little ambush here. Take him out first. Just trying to get around him there, but didn't work out. I was trying to avoid getting hit by an arrow, and then I get hit again, thinking I was protected by the wall, but apparently this guy defies physics when he shoots. Ouch. Backstab. Should probably pop an Est on Crystal Straight Sword. I've never put a lot of stock in crystal weapons. Their durability is just too poor. But this Crystal Straight Sword, I actually see that. I see all the crystal swords and stuff fairly a lot in competitive PvP, because people just keep making them because they do like the most damage of any base weapon. Pretty much right there. I actually miss my bloodstain like a moron, but whatever. You come in this area, and now that that channeler is dead, this area is a lot more easy. You can kill this guy off to the side, then you can run over here, kill the archer, and everything's coming up Millhouse at this point. Bitch, please. Alright, so now you're going to get to the first part of the, stairway puzzles. I already know all the answers, so it's not a big deal for me. You just come up here and you turn it one time, and there's not really anything to get up there, so we'll just skip it. And then we'll run up the stairs, kill this archer, and we could head to the next room, which is down here, not there, here. And of course there's another archer waiting for us, and like the asshole he is, he even tries to shoot me point blank, but I'm ready for him. I believe this is a channel. This is the room with the channeler. And there's one more thing we have to do in here, but first we should take this guy out because he's acting like a dick. And after we do that, we can jump down to the staircase from here. And we can bolt up to the top. And we can take this guy out. And I actually miss him a little bit here. But you're going to notice that he ends up going to the other side. But that's cool, because that's where we have to go anyway. So we're going to turn this all around. And now that he is dead, we can actually head down to the bottom level and continue on through the Duke's Archives. That's the stair puzzle, if you want to call it a puzzle. That's pretty much it. I usually save a fireball for this guy because it's very tough to reach him without one, and once you do reach him, it's almost impossible to get back without dying. So definitely fireball him to death. Chaos Fireball works pretty well. And then you could head down the ladder to the left, to the right here, and slide down to the bottom, and we'll be pretty much done. This has been actually a pretty long episode. We're getting close to 20 minutes here, so we're about going to wrap it up. We're going to head into those other rooms next time, but for now we're just going to pull this lever, and that'll open up the way to the next bonfire. Ooh, secret door. Yeah, very cool. So you run over here to the only source of light you see, and there's a bonfire out here on the ledge. And this is the last bonfire before the Crystal Caves, and that's just about going to do it for this episode. We will be back next time for the beginning part of the Crystal Caves and possibly the first attempt at Seath the Scaleless, but for now, I'll see you later.